All right, let's continue here. In this film, you're introducing another clan of Navi, the Ash people, with a leader named Varang. Varang. I don't want to say too much about her, he said. But what I can say is that Una Chaplin, who plays her, is so good that I didn't quite appreciate how good her performance is until we got the Weta animation back. At a certain point, the nuance and detail of the performance suddenly popped to full life. She was absolutely precise in every word, every gesture, every eye movement. She's an enemy, an adversarial character, but Chaplin makes her feel so real and alive.
Wow.
Followed up with, what else can you say about the Ash people? Varang is the leader of a people who have gone through an incredible hardship. She's
Mm-hmm.
hardened by that. She will do anything for them, even things that we would consider to be evil. One thing we wanted to do in this film is not be black and white simplistic, or blue and pink simplistic. From
I
the
love
Navi
that.
perspective, all humans are pink. They call them pink skins, and they're not discriminating between light brown, dark brown, pink, whatever. So there's a racism element from the Navi perspective that we introduce. We're trying to evolve beyond the all humans are bad, all Navi are good paradigm.
Yeah.
So what's your first thoughts on any of these two paragraphs here?
I love the blue and pink thing. That's great. Um, I'm trying to let it sink in a little bit because I have a lot of thoughts about, especially when they're referring, or when James Cameron is referring to incredible hardship. I have some thoughts about that that I already shared with you as well, um, which I think might refer to something like a volcanic eruption.
Yeah,
Um, but we can get into that when we're talking about the images as well.
no problem. I think here, I think what it's gonna be. I mean, this is just obvious guess. This is just a guess. That
Yes.
we're our two groups, like this antagonistic group that we see here, led by Una Chaplin's Farang, and our protagonist that we have followed. I think,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, they suffered their own hardship. She got hardened
Yeah.
by it. It's kind of like two groups going through the stages of grief, and they've dealt with things like we said that they've probably she probably held on to that hate and like
Mm-hmm.
the bad way of dealing with it, and we're gonna be confronted with that. And who knows
Ooh.
if it maybe changes the perspectives of our protagonists, if maybe initially that's how they want to react. But I think that's how you can look at it. Like, look, this is what it can do to you if you let
Yeah.
it. But
Yeah.
you can rise above and deal with grief in this way over here. Maybe it's
Two
just in
different
two
ways.
different sides of the same coin.
Yeah. That's a great way to look at it. Wow. Yeah, because so the thoughts that I'm having about her possible motivations behind, doing things that we would consider evil,
Hmm.
is, for example, if they did go through a volcanic eruption, and say that uh, severed them from Ewa,
Yeah.
maybe there's some resentment towards Ewa,
Yep.
because that's an emotion that happens a lot with grief, right? Resentment.
Exactly.
Um, and maybe she's projecting that onto Awa because we've seen her fly the creature without a kuru,
Hmm.
um, which is wild. So I'm very curious to see how that type of stuff will translate and how obviously she's gonna handle the emotions differently from say the Metkayina. Um, but yeah, this is a lot of stuff to unpack.
I know this is a lot.
I can keep going.
I know, right? Um, and just very end here before, obviously, like you said in the images, we can give even more thoughts.
Yeah.
The fact that they're going to introduce this little element here, where it seems like her group is going to be the ones that bring up this term, pink skins, to refer to humans. That's going to be
Mhm.
that's an interesting, like you said, little element where it's just to kind of drill in, like you said, we're getting away from that paradigm of like all humans are bad and all the Navi are good. Um, they now will have. There's a group of them that now have their own discriminating, racism element towards humans as well. So that's going to be,
Yeah.
and that's an interesting little thing that they've added there.